In this video, I'll show you how I tiled this model hip roof with miniature Terra Cotta tiles. I'll share with you my techniques for giving tiles an old, aged look, and I'll show you how I deal with these tricky corners. These miniature Terra Cotta tiles are actually real clay tiles. They come in a little bag like this. Right out of the bag, they're all exactly the same new color, which in my opinion makes for a rather boring roof. Old roof tiles have an aged, weather-worn look, so I came up with a technique to give the tiles a more authentic older appearance. Here you can see the difference, straight out of the bag versus after I painted them. What I do is I paint blotches of paint all over the new tiles. I just use acrylic craft paints in a variety of colors, like green, brown, yellow, gold, white, black, and gray. I know these look pretty weird right now, but this is just the first step. They kind of look like modern art. I let these dry for a day, and then I paint them over with a thin layer of terracotta colored paint. Once these are dry, we're ready to begin tiling the roof. Here's the hip roof template we made in the previous video. If you missed that video, I'll link to it in the end screen and the description. To glue the tiles, I just use white Elmer's glue. Dip the tile in the glue and place the first tile in a bottom corner, like this, and then work your way across the row. Only go as far as you can fit an entire piece. We'll cut tiles to size later on. This row worked out perfectly because I found a tile that had a slightly chipped corner. Wait until the glue dries, or at least until it sets a bit before starting the next row. On the next row, overlap the tile slightly on the one below. And again, only place tiles that can fit entirely without extending past the corner slope of the roof line. Here's the hip end with all the tiles in place. Now that we've placed all the tiles we can that don't require cutting, we can start dealing with those odd-shaped pieces along the slope. If you only need to clip a little bit from the very corner of a tile, I've found that using a file works just fine. But for any more than this, filing is simply impractical. You'll be filing all day, and it's impossible to cut these clay tiles to the size and angle you need. Trust me, I've tried. I wasted a lot of tiles trying, and I just ended up with a pile of useless pieces. So I came up with a technique to make my own tiles. Not out of clay, but from cardboard. These cardboard tiles are easy to cut to the size you need to finish your roof. Here's how to make them. Get a piece of thick cardboard that matches the thickness of the clay tiles. Corrugated cardboard won't work. You might have to look around to find a suitably thick enough piece of cardboard. I found one on the back of a sketch pad. Create a small cardboard template the size of a tile, accounting for curvature. Then cut out a bunch of pieces. They'll look like this. Place these in a bowl of water to soak for a couple of minutes. Then take a soaked square and place it between two tiles like a sandwich and hold it in place with a clip. Looks like a little hamburger. If you notice the cardboard separating in the water, don't worry. You can just put 3 or 4 layers together and proceed like before. Let these dry for a day. Once they're dry, remove the clips, and then you can paint them with the terracotta paint. Now you can cut these tiles to size to finish the roof. Just hold a tile in place and draw a line along the angle of the cut. Then cut it with scissors. Don't forget to repaint the edges you cut. These cardboard tiles blend right in. You could either leave the corner hip like this, or you could cap it with tiles, like this. For the final touch, you'll want to finish the roof with a row of ridge capping tiles. So now we're done. I made this tiled roof for my Presepe, or Italian-style Nativity Scene, but it would be equally suitable for a model castle, cottage, or dollhouse. So there you have it, a hip roof with miniature terracotta tiles. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and have fun with your own projects.